There we go. I know you're here. I just saw you pop in. Okay, now I'm ready to see you. Hold on. I'm Tara Ross. Tara Ross. Tara G. LaRose. How do we say that? Tara Galaros. How do you say? Hi, I can't see you yet. I know you're coming in. I'm trying to.
My husband just pointed out. Oh, start video.
Boom.
Start my video. Oh, hi.
It works. Hello. Oh, I like how we're all wearing red today. It's a whole thing. Yeah. Oh, it is. It is Valentine's Day, isn't it? Yeah. There.
Yes.
Forgot about that. Well, y'all, what did you say your husband just pointed out to you? What were you going to say on that? Or just where the stuff was or what?
Oh, yeah. He was pointing. He's like, your video's not fun.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. Let me tell you, that is a 99.9% occurrence. And sometimes, especially if I have clients that are like over 70, they look at me with their, but it's most of the time the mic, it's not on. They look at me, they go, and I'm like, yes. And I'm typing and I write things backwards and they're like, and I'm like, oh my God. So I send them an email. So it's a whole thing. Believe me, I have patience of a God now. So y'all, I want to tell you before we get started, this is good to have laughter because it kind of like brings up the vibe. It brings up the mood and there's something about it. I don't know exactly what it does, but it makes me channel better. So I want to tell y'all a couple of things on how this works. Obviously we have an hour. The other thing I want to tell you before I get into like how this works is that I live out in the middle of nowhere. So I live in Texas and we have acreage and our internet that we purchased and paid for and had it all installed. It's supposedly supposed to be good. But over like the last 2 days, it's been being weird. So if for some reason everything freezes and you just see me like, just know I'm going to get off. I'm going to kill the room essentially. And then I'm going to put you on my phone. I have my stand here and I'm going to put you on my satellite internet. Okay. It's just really hard for me to see you this small. And so I'm going to try this for as long as we can. But so just stay around and then you'll see me pop back in. I'll let you in. Okay. So as we get into this, thank you. As we get into this, let me feel, hold on for a second. I'm going to start looking like a deer in headlights. So I'm going to have a pen. Obviously, here's one behind my ear. I forgot where that one was. See, this is what happens. And I'm going to have a notepad. And the only thing I do is just like monotonously scribble over and over and over again. It's because I get anxiety when I channel and it just helps me focus, honestly. The other thing is you're going to notice me never staring at you. And the reason for that is because like apparently this part of my room is just a great place to like stare off and not see anything. And honestly, if I am looking at you, then I'm like, wow, he has really big plug or gauges. That's amazing. And I wish that my hair would do the button thing like that. So the ADHD brain can't work that way. And so I'm usually staring off in the stupid light. And so as we go through this and I begin channeling, I'll be like, hey, does this make sense to you? Please be like, yeah, Amie, it does. Or tell me, hell no, it doesn't. Okay. And the reason for that is because I'm putting the most intense puzzle together in my brain and I'm trying to put it into the English language. And when I give it to you and you go, yes, I go, holy shit, oh my God, they got it. Okay, I decoded it properly and she or this person is able to come in and tell me this way. So it's like a release and I can get on to the next thing as well, right? So when they talk, how do they talk? There's a few things going on right now. It almost makes me feel a little jittery in a good way. That just means the energy is high, which is nice. When they talk, how do they do this? Well, they come through you. They love you. They're connected to you. They really don't care about me. And they use your energy. But then essentially you say, Amie, or you tell your loved ones, you say, I love you so much. I want you to come over and hop in Amie's brain and play with it and use it like a computer. That's all they're doing. So when they talk, they do this in 4 different ways. This is also how they'll talk to you, but y'all have just never been taught like how to put all this into like essentially English. So the first way is that they will come in and they will put the most random symbols in my head. They may show me something like a pineapple. That means that they're from Florida. Or a Skittle for some reason means that they're from Maine, like just random things. And so you may hear me say things under my breath and you're like, what the hell hell is she talking about? Just wait. It's going to turn into a sentence. Okay. The next thing is that they will try to almost like give me a false memory, almost like daydreaming of either something that happened to y'all, something that happened to them, or something that will happen to y'all. And they do this by taking memories from my own life or sessions that I've had or YouTube videos or movies, and they like, essentially clip it together. I put English to it and I give it to you. The only issue personally for me with this is that I haven't been everywhere in the US. I'm from Houston, Texas originally. I currently live in the middle of nowhere right next to the Louisiana border in Texas. I don't believe in snow. I haven't been like Oklahoma North or anything like that. And I haven't made it up to like Northern California and like Washington, and especially not out of the US. So for some reason, they are from like Chicago. And you asked me, what did my neighborhood look like? I don't know. I know a lot of people die there and it gets very, very cold, but that's essentially all that I know, okay, of Chicago. And so that may be a little bit difficult for me. But we'll be able to get there somehow. And then the last true thing or the last two things are feeling and emotions. So they will come in and I'll just sit there for a second and I'm like, it's because 'cause they're giving me a feeling. They're giving me a feeling of, like, what it was like for me to love my dad before he crossed, and I'll say something like, "Oh, there's a loving father energy here," and they can get very intricate with these details. And then the last thing is words. Sometimes they will come in, and I think we're gonna actually utilize this form a lot because it keeps going off in my brain. Sometimes they will just come in and they'll talk, and I just gotta tell you what they are. So just stay with me, hang out. We're gonna see who wants to show up. They will all show up, and probably more, if we let them. So let's go into somebody is really excited. And I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about somebody, it just feels like it's a party. Or this is, I think that's why we're getting this energy. So this is like a party. It's a big deal. And they're like, "No, come on, you can do this?" Like, that's exactly what they said. It does feel feminine, though. It doesn't feel masculine just because it feels a little bit too poppy for me, which is feminine. And they're saying, "Hold on. This is great. This is great. This is great." They're very excited. All I see is, like, essentially like a blank, no face, but, like, hair talking to me, which is interesting. They're saying that help me. And I'm not afraid to die. They're talking they're talking really fast. They're trying to tell me everything in 1 second. They're saying about being nervous about passing. They're saying that, like, their angels have them, so I think this person actually had some faith to some degree, which is good, or, like, some believe in, like, a higher power. They're saying, "But I was still nervous on the inside." I go, "I get it." And they say, "But no, now it's great." I was like, "Oh, I know." That's essentially the bigness of this. They're saying that, help me, hold on. They're coming up to, and this is husband, right? This is
Yeah.
your husband. Is this husband? Y'all are
Yeah.
married?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah. She just goes like this. I said, "So what are you doing?" And she goes up to him and she's like, oh my God, mwah, 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 mwah." And I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Who is this?" She's like, "Oh, that's her husband." I was like, "Oh, they're married. It's not just dating." And she's just like, I just love him. I just love him so much." Now, mind you, I'm even toning down the energy that she has right now because it's so it would almost you would almost think that I had, like, something she's not mentally wrong at all, but, like, the intensity of her vibe when she's dead is just extreme in a good way. And like, I would want her to be the homeroom mom when we were in, like, high school or, like, kindergarten, but she would do all the projects, but they wouldn't all be finished because there's, like, ADHD going on or something in here as well. So it's like, "I'm gonna do all of them." Yeah. She's talking about how what? She's talking about dogs and cats go here too. I said, "Yes, they do. They absolutely do. Absolutely." And she's talking about meeting them, and I go, "Okay, we'll try to, like, bring them in as well." And she says that, "Hi, hi, hi." So she's trying to hold, I believe, a dog in my head because that's like, "Hi, hi, 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 hi." And she says that we'll have to figure out maybe, like, what breed and where it was in part of your life and stuff like that. Just wait. She's getting used to using my brain. Tell me. What? Oh, now she's talking to me. She's essentially, it's because I was talking to my dad. She says, "You know, I have your father here." I was like, "Well, thank you." I was talking to him earlier. He's dead, but now she's bringing him up. I wonder if there's a similarity between the two. There's always a reason for something. Um, Hold on. We'll have to figure out that in a second. Tell me about him. Oh, wait. Interesting. She gives you, Tara, she gives you like a Grammy. She gives you an award. And she's essentially saying, like, you are the best. You are the best. And she says she's the best for everything. And I was like, oh, and she's like, she deserves much more than this. And I'm like, all right, I will tell her that. And she says, wait, so obviously she's met you then. Which has she has met you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hold on. Don't go any further than that. Just say yes. Yeah. Because I was like, a lot of times they'll come in and it's like, did they meet you beforehand or are they just coming in to say hi, like meeting you? Because spirits do come and meet you for the first time. Like, here, it's the thing. And she just comes up and I can feel her giving you this hug all the way through. And I can feel what your back and your shoulders feel like. So she's trying to use my body for it. And tell me how. She tells me she's pulling down her shirt. She's not a fan of crop tops, and I have no idea why. Don't even tell me why we're going into this. She goes like this. She says, "Wow, you're tall." I'm like 5'11", 6 feet. I said, "Yeah." She says, "I'm not like that." She goes, "And you know how people are like this now? I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't want to show that." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, that's fine." She's talking about being in my body. She's saying that. Tell me, boys, boys. So this is mom. Okay, that's mom. It's mom. Okay, so that's you. That's you. Um, we'll have to figure out, does boys mean like husband to son, or does boys mean more than that? I don't know. We'll have to figure that out in a second. And she says, tell me, tummy. What are you talking about, tummy? She's talking about tummy, and that's all she keeps showing me. And then I was like, did she get a tummy tuck? Like, what is going on with this? Like, we're just, yeah, I have no idea. We'll go into that in a second. And she's showing that. But she's not heavy. That's the whole thing. And she has boobs.
Yeah.
She goes like that. Okay. I'm sorry. She's just funny. I'll just she's very bright. Hold on. Why? Oh yeah, we got all the mothers. So apparently we have grandmothers over here, we have our great grandmothers over here, we have all this stuff. And she says, "Oh yeah. We have all the mothers." Hold on. Oh, was she more of a mother to you, Tara, than like your own mom?
She was my mother-in-law and she was so much like a
Yeah.
mom to me.
Yes. Yeah. She just says that she's the best. She's the best. She's the best. And she says, "I'm better than this." I was like, oh my God. And she like references your mom. I don't think your mom is a bad person at all. But she's just like feels that she's superior in a good way. And then she smiles. And she says that, hold on. Oh. She's funny. She's what are you talking about, a Guido? That is so random. You are not in New Jersey. Hold on. What? Do y'all have family like over in New Jersey or over in like Massachusetts or something like that? What is that?
My family's from New Jersey.
Shut up. Really? Oh, that's
Yeah, but
cool.
I
Okay.
don't know any of them. Like, well, I mean,
That's
they're yeah.
Yes, yeah. I said, "So where are you from? Can you tell me about that?" And then she just showed me the Jersey Shore, and then she showed me Guido, and I was like, "What?" I said, "So that's Italian." I said, I go, "Are you like from there?" And she goes, "No." She says, "But there's like some long lost family over there. There's like some long lost family." And I said, "Where?" And then she made me see like what it was like for me to fly into LaGuardia. You see Jersey, and then you go into New York, and I was like, "Ah." And then she says, "Ask about it." So that's your family. And she says that, what?
It could
She's
be
having
your
a drink. She's having a, hold on, we'll talk to you in just a second. Wait, hold on. She's moving fast. Palm tree. Okay.
Oh.
Where are you at? What's going on? Hold on. I don't know if this is correct, so I'm just gonna go. So she gives me 2 images, which are interesting. So I don't know if she was. It feels drier. Hold on. She's sitting on a beach with, like, a Mai Tai and, like, a slingback chair in my head, and now I don't know if she shows me palm tree, which feels like Florida, but then she makes it feel very dry, so I'm like, I go to Florida a lot and well, not really a lot, but some, and I know that it's not dry, so, I would either have to say that this goes along with either, like, maybe Northern Florida or, like, California area. Is she from, like where is she from? Or what area was she in? A lot.
California.
California,
He
okay, cool,
his
yeah, that's
mom,
dry.
yeah.
Oh, he was. Okay. Was she anywhere near she likes San Diego though, but like she didn't live down in San Diego, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. That's where I'm gonna go next week. And she's just talking about that. And she says, oh, it's nice, it's good. She's like, the Mexican food is like, it's fine. And she says, but I'm not from there. And so maybe she ends up taking a trip with me. That's odd to probably come and say hi to y'all. Tell me where. Oh, are y'all more like central, like Pismo?
More northern.
You're up more. Okay. Interesting. That's as far as I've gone. And so I've seen Pismo and I've seen not Bay St. Louis, San Luis Obispo. That's essentially the farthest I've gone. And she keeps showing me elephant seals. So I know that it's in like maybe that area. So that's where I'm going with that. She says that, tell me, all of them. Are there 2 other boys connected to you or 3?
Yes.
Two brothers.
2
Two more
brothers, so 3
brothers. There's
altogether. Okay, 3 altogether. Okay. Yeah, she says, "Tell them I love them. I love all of them." I go,
Oh.
"Oh, what do you mean by that?" She goes, and I'm like, 2, 3. What does this mean? So that's what she says, and she says that, what? "Oh, don't look at me. I don't have my makeup on." And she's like, "What am I doing? What am I talking about?" I was like, "You don't even wear makeup on your face." And she's like rubbing it. And she says, "No." She's like, "I'm naturally beautiful." I said, "I know you are. You're great." And she's talking about moisturizer. And then she goes and she does like just a little mascara if she ever did anything. Like she's like out of it. That's all she's showing me. She may have been with me while I was getting ready because she's like replaying me through all of my makeup and what do I do? And she's like, and she says that, what? What? She's talking about, I guess, the very end of her life. She's talking about laying there, which leads me to believe that she didn't die of a heart attack, which is nice. Because that's why she's in a higher vibration state. She says, "Amie, you should have seen me. I'm like laying there, like and she's talking about like having people want to visit her like a shrine, just like people, I guess, coming up and saying they love her. That's a very interesting way of saying it. And she turns herself very sallow color, which means like obviously all the colors going out are like a death yellowy tint. That's not her anymore, by the way. She's like golden and bronze, and I don't even really see her face. She's just like she just looks like a firecracker. It's great. And essentially that's what she is. And what? Tell me why? Why? She's talking about how raspy her voice got. And she says, she goes, "You should have seen me. I was like the Godfather." I was like, "Hello, I'm coming to stop my sons." And I was like, what? I've never had that show up in my head. And she's just like loves y'all, adores you. She's in heaven. Like, I mean, all the way. This is the most heavenly spirit that I've probably talked to in like a month. And she's fine. So tell me, what else? Hold on. What? So was she still with your father, or were you with like a stepfather that you had for a very long time that you called dad?
She was with my dad. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Because it just feels like father, but then she talks about ups and downs, and I'm like, okay. So I'm like, is this like a long time? Because it feels like you have a stepfather, but we call him dad. Which means like maybe he's a hothead, a real hothead, a real hothead. I said, oh, and and I quote, and she goes,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
totally.
Like, and I quote, put this face in my head and like made it turn red. I go, oh, okay. And she says, she's like, you want to talk to me? Come talk to me. What is here? I'm on my terms now. She's very, and what do you mean by that? And so he still lives in the same house that they had together or the same place? Ah, okay. She says, what are you doing? Crying over me? Crying over me now? Yeah, I know you do. I see it. I see it. You're very, and he's talking about, and she says, I see you in our house. Yeah, I'm there. Why don't you pick things up? Yeah. Why don't you like and I quote, that's what she's saying. I go, okay. And she says, tell me. T-shirt, shorts, I'm ready to go. Oh, are you? And so what? She's touching my outfit. She's very handsy. She's like, it's very interesting. Tell me about who else is here now? Who? Hmm? So her dad is crossed over as well? Okay, interesting.
Yes.
Okay. She goes, I said, who's here? Who's here? She says, my dad. My dad. I go, oh, okay. And what? Really? Interesting. I don't know if I'm going to get this right or if he remarried somebody. I have no idea. Did like her father have a wandering eye? Or who had a wandering eye? Like for a man.
Well, not that I know of.
Oh, okay. So leave that there because her mom and dad were like married all the way through, right? They didn't get a divorce.
Yeah.
Family secrets. Okay, we're gonna stay there. He goes like this. She goes like this. I said, I'm sorry. I go, so who else is here? She goes, oh my God, him and my mom, they were like together for a long time. And I said, oh, really? And he goes, and my dad just I go, oh, so that for me is like wondering eye. And I said, what is that? And maybe it only happened like once. It doesn't feel like it's multiple because then she says he's a really nice guy at the same time, or like she loves him. And she says he's definitely what? Did her dad like not even reach? Hold on. I don't know what you're talking about. Does she have a baby sister? Or is she the baby?
She is.
She is.
She's the baby. Okay. She says something baby sister. So I'm wondering if she's talking about a reference like her to another sibling, and she's saying that that's who she was in her family group. Yeah. And so I don't know if she's calling that baby sister out to try to talk to her. So that's where that's going. And she says, what? I want to go back to what happened to you. Can we go back over there? She's like all over the place. Tell me. Hold on. Stop it. At some point, sir, you do have tattoos on your arms. Okay, that's good. Sorry, I just saw that there. She's talking about you should get me like all of my stuff, like roses and flowers, just like all the way up everywhere, just all of big. And I was like, I don't know if he's done that or not. If he's thought about that, I said, I don't know if he's gonna have a tattoo. Oh, you, yeah. She put these like almost like a vine or something, and she goes, so like flowers opening up.
Yeah.
And then she like wants that to happen. Wait, does he have that right now?
Yeah.
Of his her parents.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I need you to add it in there then.
Yeah.
Like, come on, add her. Yeah, you haven't done it yet. Okay, well,
we talked about it.
get on the stick. Okay, now heaven's called. So, like, I don't know what else you want from that. All right. And she says that. Tell me. What do you mean? Interesting. I saw your skull. Obviously, it's right there. And then she goes, snake eyes. And I'm like, what are you doing? But you're not a gambler though, correct? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm wondering if she is weird. Did her parents like to play cards a lot or something? Do you have any
Oh,
idea?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But my
Interesting.
grandfather,
Um,
yes.
Oh,
Big
you're
card player.
okay, he did. Okay, yeah, oh, he showed me that. This is how wild it is in my brain. I'll just tell you how that came up. So she made me look at your thing. She pulled it up in my head, and then she showed me the Nightmare Before Christmas, where Oogie Boogie Man comes out and he goes, snake eyes, and he throws it into the thing, and then she goes up and she pulls up cards, and then she puts her dad's face. That
Oh
was
my
that
God.
whole sentence. Okay, yeah,
Wow.
it gets nuts, and so you're following that and putting it all
Yes.
together. Yeah, I'll walk you through a lot of it too that way because she talks to you like this. You just don't know. You're like, why the hell would that show up in my brain? It's because that's a symbol and a word that goes with something else. She what? Why are you showing me your feet? Hold on. Hold on. Ooh, right now, Tara, can you get a fresh pedicure? Like, what's going on with that?
I can. It's
Okay.
not bad.
No. She goes like this. She shows me her toes. And I go, "What are you doing?" And she says, tell her she needs to go get a pedicure." I said, "Why?" And she says, she goes, she does do it." And I said, "Oh, okay." And she says, "Tell her I'll go with her." I go, "Oh, all right." And so she's like putting her tootsies up. I said, "Fine." So when you go, make sure you just tell her, "Come with me," and she's gonna go with you because she's like your little happy little spirit that follows you. And she says that, "Oh, you just showed." Now this is what they do. They make it really happy and they drop me down again. So she just made me feel like I wanted to throw up. And she's talking about, she goes, "Bleh." And I was like, "Well, thank you." And she's saying that now she wants to talk about passing now. See, I told you it's a roller coaster. Tell me. Oh, interesting. Also, I have my spirit box on, so if I ever look over, um, father. Oh, it said father on here as well. So we'll go. I bet that was whenever we were talking about him. She pulls it up over and over again, and or maybe her dad. She's talking about it. Come here. What happened? Oh, I'm asking her what she had and what was going on. Whatever it was, there was a ton of like medical long term. Did she end up like having a type of cancer or something like that? Okay, yeah, just
Yeah.
because she showed me quite a few things. I don't know if she's just pulling this out of my brain from things I've seen recently or if like this happened to her. She's talking about the throw up thing again, but then she goes and it's like, did we end up having to feed her through like a GI tube or something? Or was there something going along where she could only have liquids?
Oh,
Only.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, leave that there. Just because you showed me an image of somebody I found on TikTok that like yesterday that is going through this, but he had throat cancer and so he can only have liquids. And she just brought that face up in my head, but for the eating only. And I said, okay. And she's talking about how what? In denial. Oh, I'll be fine. So in the very beginning, oh, I'll be fine. Oh, I'll be fine. Don't worry about this. Oh, I'll be fine. And what? Hold on. Weird, in the very beginning, she keeps saying, "I didn't want my boys to worry." So did she, like, hide it from y'all for a little bit or hide, like, what was going on for, like, a few months? I mean, I think you know she had it, but was, like, the severity hidden?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it was.
okay, okay, yeah, that's all she says. She goes, "I didn't want my boys to worry." And they
Yeah, that's
know,
her. That's my
but
mom.
like that feeling, and I'm like, "Okay." So you didn't tell him everything, but you told him a little bit. And she says that, she loves y'all, like, to the moon and back all the way through. And she says, "We'll have to ask some more questions." Come here, come here, come here. Hold on. Oh, but she put a mask on. So she was around for COVID?
It was
Okay,
during COVID.
interesting. It was during COVID. Okay, yeah, she just showed me, like, if somebody walks to a hospital or a medical facility and they put the mask on. Okay, and I was like, "Oh, interesting." And she's so frail. So,
Mhm.
were y'all interesting. Did you end up, like There's an interest, so she's given me a feeling and an image and a feeling and an image, and now I'm trying to put this into a sentence for you. She has you pushing her in a chair, or she has you helping her and assisting her. Um,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and she has him doing that. But then she's talking about how maybe you were just pushing her around this hospital. Maybe you were just pushing her to and from an appointment or to and from something or to and from that. Because it feels like this thing, whatever it is, takes a longer time. Or maybe you're just there because you never took her to treatments, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no treatment.
Okay. Yeah. That's what she says. I said, "Where are you at with this?" I said, "Is he pushing you to treatments?" I said, "Are you getting chemo or radiation or something?" And she goes, "No, no, no." And she just shows you move it, move it. I go, all right. So that's an interesting thing. She says that, and then she plays "I Believe I Can Fly" from Michael Jackson in my head right now. It is a
Oh
crazy
my
place.
goodness.
So she's,
Huh.
yeah, and I just hear it in my brain. Um, what? I need there. Okay, she randomly going off into the movie Free Willy, randomly going off into marine mammals, which is odd. I know that has nothing to do with that. Um, did she like the ocean but was terrified to go out on it?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't recall her wanting to because of the motion sickness and on the boat.
I
Okay,
don't know.
okay, only because she keeps talking about almost like on one of her bucket lists, it should have been like seeing a whale or something, which is interesting. But I go, "Did you go jump with the whales? Did you go do that?" And she goes, "Oh no." I
Yeah.
go, "Oh, okay." Yeah, that's why I'm like, did she like it? But like she's not a fan of this. So I don't know where that goes into play. Oh, odd. There's something about why do you not have 3 kids yet? Like, what is going on?
Did she
What
say
is
3?
happening?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm pregnant now with our second. I was pregnant when she was passing. We gave birth like 2 months after she passed away, but in the middle we lost 3 babies.
3. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Oh, okay. So let me tell you, this is what was going on. I'll tell you the whole thing. And she goes, "And ask them." She's like standing here next to me in my head. That's the way it feels. She's like, "And ask them, ask them, ask them, tell them another, 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 another." Okay. Like,
Okay.
what are they doing? Okay. Like there's 3. There's 3. And just okay, just keep
Oh
going.
my
Just keep going. That's all she says. And I'm like, "Okay." And so she's bringing up kids and she said, "It's okay." And so she's like recognizing all of this all at the same time. And she says that, "Are we having a boy on this one though?"
We are.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Oh my God. She goes like this. She goes, "This is great. I love her. This is what you get when there's love in the room." She goes, "Oh my God. And this one, oh, it's gonna be so good. Oh, and you know what? Take him to the aquarium. Take him to the aquarium." And I was like,
Oh my
"What?" So
god.
maybe that's
Wow.
where the whale thing comes. The whale, marine
Yes.
mammals.
That's
What is
We were
that?
just talking about it this morning about taking him to the aquarium.
wow. That's
The
crazy.
fucking fascination with marine mammals.
Oh, that makes so much sense now.
It does, yeah. That's the
Yes, it
connection.
does.
Yeah.
Okay, think about this. This is going off in my brain, and I'm like, I have no idea. So and she showed me the movie Free Willy with him jumping over. Yeah. And I'm like, what are you doing? And then she made me feel it. So that's the whole connection. And so she brought it back around. And she says, like, "Please take him, please take him." And what? Joe, that's my dad's name, but I think she's talking about somebody else. Can you also put in, are you going to name this child like going on Joe? Shut.
Yeah.
Are you naming Joe?
Yeah.
Go home. Go home. All right. Well, there you go. That works. So she's like, she says, "Oh, a little Joe." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she says, "This one, this one." I'm like, "Oh, all right, cool, cool, cool." And she's just like, "Hello, hello." That's what she does. She's really, really cool. And she says that I understand that. So, I want you to be really careful for preeclampsia.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I had
Oh,
eclampsia. I had the seizure the first time. And so we're being really
Yeah.
careful this time for preeclampsia.
stop it. Quit your shit. She says, tell her I want her to be really careful for this. And she says the
Oh,
name.
that's
I go, oh, okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, your mommy's here. Yeah, if you this is all like the cool thing, right? Like I can't explain this. She's an amazing woman. Hold on, tell me more. Come here. I'm also gonna play the game with her of like what is in your house. It's a fun game where they fly around and they essentially try to show me different things in your house that are weird. And so we'll see if we can get it. Now, mind you, I haven't seen everything, right? So again, like with the marine mammal thing, we'll be like, how do all these pieces go together? Okay, so just stay with me. She says, tell me. Oh, what? I'm going back to that. Come back over here, please. Hold on. Why are you eating that? What are you eating? What are you eating? She's like, oh, mm, oh, it's so good. It's so good. And I'm like, what are you eating? That's all I keep hearing her. She's trying to make me feel sweet. Interesting. And she is, hold on. What are you eating? What? Are we having a birthday cake soon or something? Or like, what is that about? Odd.
No.
It's almost like cake or like pastry. It's not like candy, which is weird. Because it would get on your fingers when she eats it. But I don't think she was a big fan of eclairs. I don't think she was a big donut fan. I don't think so. Now I'm going through in my head now. I'm like, what are you eating? What is going on? I was like, you just like mac on chocolate cake? And she's like, no. And she says, tell me, hold on. Hold on. What? I just need you to make boxed brownies. Odd. Interesting. With this whole cancer thing, if she ate sugar, would it like spike up her levels really bad or something? Or like, you know?
Is she talking about my gestational diabetes?
Oh, that's what she's fucking talking about. Yes.
I'm going to get tested tomorrow.
Quit your shit. Okay, stop it. Yeah, she went and she's like, oh my God, I know, it's so good. And then she puts cake, she puts ice cream, she puts chocolate, and then she went and she made, like the brownie mix with like the chocolate chunks in it. She did that, she put it in a pan, and then she cut it into a tiny ass little cube. And she goes, everything in moderation. And I go, oh. And then she says, why? I go, why? And she goes, which makes me feel like I'm going to pass out, right? So I'm like, oh, this is something to do with like levels. So she's telling you to quit it, go get tested, and let me know. Okay, she's all into this whole baby thing. We're here for it. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
and she says that. Tell me, she's partying with your son, by the way. I just want to let you know that like he's up there with her, hanging out. So the baby you have right now goes like in between. So baby doesn't always stay from. Best way I can describe this because I've read kids that have crossed like in utero right after like weeks before, they don't just stay in there. It's like your conscious moves in and out before you go because there's times when I read children, nobody's crossing here, but they'll talk about what's going on outside, like or what's going on in the household when they've supposedly been in here the entire time, right? So there's just FYI. So your son is around, not always just in. Okay. So it's very important. Set intention. And she says, what are you doing? She's pinking promising somebody to tell you like it will be okay. She goes like this. I go, all right. And she says, come here. The Joe thing is what like I don't know. This whole thing is just like getting me. Hold on. Come back here, Betty. Come here. Come here. Hold on. What? She loves you. She says he's the most down to earth son I've ever had. He's just so great. He's so nice. He was like, you should meet the other ones, but he's just the most down to earth. He's just the most. I'm like, oh, tell me about it. And hold on. So is there a younger one below you? A brother below you? Oh, okay. She
Yes.
goes, in the little one. I said, what about the little one? I know all about that. And she says, oh. Is he like still constantly around your dad? Like all the time?
The older one is.
Oh, the older. She says that so one of these sons is so far up dad's ass, essentially. That's all she
It's so true.
you saw me do like that? That's what she I go, oh, she says he's so far up dad's ass, he practically looks like him. I said, oh, or he can wear him as a hat. I was like, well, thank you. Well, that's good. And she just says she's wild. And she's talking about I love him, but he's straight edge or he's square or something, or whatever. I don't know why he feels like he's more, than the other ones. And she says that one. Hold on, tell me. Come here. She thinks this is pretty cool. She goes, yeah, it's pretty cool, Yeah. I mean, I can like see her teeth. Hold on. What? I don't know why we didn't move. We should have moved a long time ago, but we didn't. And they're still there. It's good. Yeah, I would have had more money, but that's how she's talking in my head. I go, oh, okay. And she says that I'm asking her, what do you want to talk about? Hold on. What? I need y'all to I don't know if she's talking about you just did this or you are about to do this. She's talking about you spending a pretty penny on a bigger car.
Oh my God.
Wait, what you're about to?
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a while and it's time.
Oh, yeah. She goes like this. She goes, no, tell him. I'll ride with him. Yeah, they're about to spend, a bigger car. I said, oh, really? That's going on. And she goes, yeah, I'll be in the back. That's all she says. And so she's just a part of that. Interesting. It's like I would want you to go into a what? Odd. Have you ever thought, oh, I don't know if it's a Tahoe. Have you ever thought about looking at like the larger Jeeps or something like that?
Yeah, we were looking at getting a large truck or like a Sequoia. Yeah, one of those.
Yes.
We're trying to figure that out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, they put like for me, I've always seen Yukons over here. So they put like something like that in my brain. And I'm
Right.
like, what? And then she made it more square. And I'm like, okay, I saw the new Jeeps. Like that was pretty big. So maybe that's that. Or like they're not the Savannah ones or whatever it is, they're the other ones. Shirt. Hold on. Tell me. And that wasn't a celebration of life. That was a shit show. What are you talking about? Hold on. Did we end up having like a private little service, like a tiny one for her?
Kind of. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. She says, I said, so what happened? She goes, oh my God. And the whole like after you die thing, please. And she says, it's not. And I said, what do you mean by that? And she just talks about having I don't even know if I would call it like a ceremony, but it's like a little service or something. And she says it's not as happy maybe as she would wanted it to be. Like she says it's still sad, obviously, because we miss our mom, right? Duh. But she says, come on. And she says that what? Why? Maybe I should have chosen the other way. Did we end up cremating her?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. She's talking about that. I said, so what happened to you? Where were you at? She goes, I chose this. And she shows me ashes. Poof. And she says, maybe we should have done the other way. I said, what? She says, do you think that was like, she's asking me, she says, do you think that was a good idea? I was like, yeah, it's perfectly fine. I was like, that's perfectly fine. And she's like, I don't want to be stuck in the ground. I said, yeah, I agree with you too. And she's talking about being able to grace people's countertops. I don't know why. And she says that, wait, so did y'all end up splitting her up?
We were supposed to,
Supposed to.
but they're still with his dad. We still want some of her.
You do. You need to. She goes like this. She saw me do like that. She said 1, 2, 3, 4. And then she said, and because in the very beginning of this, she says, what are they doing with my body? What are they doing with my body? What are they doing with it? I was like, I don't know. What do you mean? What are you doing with it? So this is a roundabout of saying like the thing that needed to happen hasn't happened yet. And she wants to grace everybody's countertop. So like earn.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Okay. And the reason for that, so what's so important about that? It's not the fact that she relies on that, but I want to let you know, every time you look at that, every time you look at a photo, every time you walk by it, you automatically think mom. You think, and your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions are what energy, and that helps her come through more. So when you have it and you're talking to her through that, or you feel it in your brain, that charges the connection. They really actually like being cremated because of the fact that they're always around you, and so you're constantly thinking about them, so they're able to like, I guess, come to you easier. It's the best way I can describe it. And do not tell me to do that. You stop it. And I quote, so we're taking it back all the way back to the tattoo comment in the very beginning. And she says, like, get some of my ashes in that tattoo. And she says, now you can take me everywhere. And I was like, stop it. You are just being wild now. And she's like, he would do it. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I don't know if he'd find somebody. I mean, I know they're out there so often. But she's just like on your shoulder. Like that's all she keeps talking about. So she'd ride with you. He says that, tell me, Olin. What? I'm probably going to get this incorrect, but the only thing that I'm asking her about cancer. I'm asking her about what type of cancer she has. And the only thing she keeps making me feel is something related maybe to gut. And then it went into the lungs. That's the best way I can describe this. Did she end up going into like, was she having pancreatitis or something happening as well? Or what was going, because it just feels here.
She had breast cancer.
Check.
And so
it metastasized.
Right.
It broke off and it went into like close between her heart and her lungs. And that's where it grew.
And that's why it's so hard. Okay. Okay. Yeah, she keeps going. But she keeps talking about how hard. And I'm like, you don't have lung cancer though. And she says no. So I'm like, I don't know what this is. Okay. No wonder it was so difficult for her. No wonder that affected everything because it's right there doing everything. My God, this poor woman. But what? Hold on. I wish you would have gone in sooner. I wish you would have gone in and talked about it sooner. But you were just like, that's what she says. She says, you could see it. You could see it on my face. You could see it going on. And I was just like, no. And she says, but would it change? Maybe. And she says that she just wanted to have a good life. She loves y'all. She's not dead. She's not gone. They're the least gone spirit I have felt in a very long time, which is great. And she says that, oh, can you get your baby book from your father? Or can you get your kid's book or something from the father? What is going on with that?
I think we have.
I did. I got my baby photo.
We got we
You
did.
do.
Yeah. We did grab it.
You did. Yeah. Okay, cool. She says something baby book, and she shows me little you. Boom. And she says from the father. And I go, oh, okay. Yeah. And so good. Oh, I'm glad you got that. Perfect. And she says that what? I'm asking her, what does she want to talk about? Gorgeous little what? Weird. I think you're gonna have to get a bigger dining table or something like that too. I have no idea.
Not.
Oh no.
Okay. Is it was the one at your parents' house like oval or round with like round edges? Okay, and y'all's this square rectangle?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. she keeps making me feel like if we were to, I don't even know if this is a real thing, but she's just trying to make me feel corners in my brain. Like if you get one of those high chairs and you attach it to the table so they can sit up in it. And then she keeps making me feel the corners of the table. And she's like, oh, this isn't my house. This is their house. Oh, it will need to be bigger. And essentially what that is.
We were
And
talking about
she
doing
says,
a
what?
booster seat.
Oh, you were.
Yeah, at the table.
Yeah, so that would be a thing altogether. Okay. And she says that, what? Who are you? Who are you? She's making me hear dun 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 dun. I have no idea. She's like semi jamming out, and I think she's hanging out with. Hold on. Did you used to play the bass?
I did. Yes.
Ah, okay. She's like, I remember him when he's like, and I'm
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
I know the two finger, all right. And then she says, but like you've put down music, you don't do it anymore.
I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you need to pick it back up because she has you do it like this, but it's like I need you to have like a garage band or something like that. So that would be great. And she says, he is good. He can be good. I said, oh, I get it. And he says that, hold on. He essentially says when you have this baby that while she's, essentially doing everything, you can be writing her sweet love songs.
Oh.
Okay. And like jamming out. That's essentially what she's saying. And she's talking about how, hold on, come here. Hold on. My what? Oh, Joe. Okay. Okay. Joe is, wait, so is Joe her dad? Your
It's
dad.
multiple. So it's my grandfather who we lost,
Whoa.
and
Yeah.
my great grandfather, and my mom's dad, and
Oh my
his
God.
mom's dad. So
Oh,
we
oh,
named
Joseph.
Yeah.
Joe's, that's a ton. Okay, okay. She goes like this. She says, and tell her that Joe loves her. And I was like, how does this work? Like, what is this? And then she says it again to him. And I'm like, oh, maybe. I don't know. And so no wonder you're naming him that. And she says that, tell me. Hold on. Oh, hold on. There's a man that just showed up in my brain. He's sitting at a table in my head. I guess now they're all sitting at your dining room table in my brain. Like that's just what's going on right now. And he goes like this. He's like, "Hey, sweetie," he's like talking to you, and I go, well, "What?" He says, I'm here with like this one over here, like that. He's just talking about your mom just being funny in a way. And he likes her. And he says that what? Hold on. Oh. Big huggies all the way. Hold on. Oh, he just says, "Don't miss me. I'm right here." I don't know if he actually got proper closure with him, for his passing because he's talking about like he just wants to give you a hug because we didn't have the proper time to give that. And he says, like, "Don't worry about it. Like, I'm here. I love you. And he just is very nice. He feels a lot different. He just feels like a light, fluffy cloud, but like with a really nice voice underneath it. It's like very rich. Okay. And he says, and you can feel it in here. He says, what? I don't know. So him and the grandmother were married though? Like all the way? Or who was yeah, yeah. He goes, I don't know what she's doing. And I said, who is she? And he says, her grandmother. I said, oh, and he's just like, she collects stuff. And I was like, what are we collecting? So I he goes, like that's how he looks. Okay, so I don't know if he's like with your grandmother that's alive, or is he talking about your grandmother that's dead, and he's talking about her still collecting things. So it could go both ways. But because they do sit, and he says that what? Oh, what? Hmm, hmm, hmm. He's essentially saying that he's blessed you with these kids. He's the one saying that he was there for all of this. He's the one saying that like I did that. I would even say like if your kids talk about seeing somebody in the corner of the room or like that would be a man, that would be him, or like masculine, that's him because he goes like this. He goes, hi, hi. I go, okay, your mom would look like a little ball of light. So your child would be just all over the place. It wouldn't be smooth, all right, but it would still be good. And he's talking about what? Tell me. Oh, this is an odd question. Do you have one of your do you have a Tiffany lamp or something that looks like a Tiffany lamp?
Not that I know of.
Okay,
But
odd. There was the most okay. This is part of like there's something about they showed me like the stained glass type of pattern, but they put light going through it. So I'm like, is this like a lamp?
Oh,
What do you have any
Oh,
idea?
I got like a window glass thing of
Mhm.
a hummingbird, and I gave it to my
Oh.
grandmother for because he loves hummingbirds. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. He showed me like in my brain, it looked like the
wow.
cut glass with the welding. And he
Uh-huh.
put light going through it. So I'm like, maybe this is like a
Oh,
lamp. No,
wow.
it's that. Yeah. And he goes like this. He says, oh, she collects that too. Like all the way through. I mean, he's just there. So know that he knows about that and just like also the significance of the hummingbird and like what that means. So just that all ties together all the way. Okay. And he says, what? Hold on. I don't think she will. I don't think she will. Are we looking at memory care for her?
Oh
She's
no.
okay? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, there's something somebody says looking at memory care down the line. So the only thing I want y'all to do with that information, and this is coming from him, is that maybe they drop into dementia. I don't think they go into like full on 12 years Alzheimer's like my grandmother did, but I would just say watch out for that and just be there. And just when that happens, he's like, I'm here. That's it. Essentially, it's nothing bad. You know, we all go through this phase and it's okay. But yeah, your family is very lovely. Hold on. Wait. Wait. I don't know. March or May? May. What are those? What's significance of that? Oh, they keep saying meh. And I'm like, all right, that's March or May. What is going on with that?
Well, the baby's due in May, and his birthday was in March.
Oh, oh, so both of them. All right, there you go. Yeah, they went meh. I'm like, meh, I don't know. And so that's like both. So just know that they're like acknowledging both of those at one time. Okay. Big, 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 big deal. Yeah, I love y'all. They love you. They're clearly around. I'm actually hot, like by how much they're doing this. And that's not a normal thing. Normally I'm freezing. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So y'all, I'm gonna have to run to my next session though too. But if you ever need me or anything, just email me, reach out, ask. Okay, this is my favorite thing to do the entire world. And thank you for like letting me read you. And I just want to also let you know that they will probably stay around me for a while because they do. And so if you get like a random email from me saying like, does this make sense? Just that's what's going
Oh,
on. Okay.
awesome.
Okay. Yeah. So know that they love you. They're not gone. And yeah, they love you a lot. And let me know about baby. Okay.
Oh,
I will. Thank
Okay,
thank you
you.
so
y'all. I
Thank
much.
you
love
so
you.
much.
You're welcome. Go have a good day, okay?
Okay.
Bye, y'all.